Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm reading today for Pisces energy. Pisces, I'm getting some interesting stuff for you. Okay, where do I start? You Let's start with the cards. You see, you've got this Knight of Pentacles card here, which is like really slow movement. You are the moon card in the tarot. What's really curious to me is as I sat down to do your reading, I looked out of the window, like kind of like through my neck curtains, and the window's kind of like blurry as well, which I feel like is a message. I feel like it's part of the reading. It's got like condensation on the glass. So I had these like two veils of filtration to be able to see the outside world. But I kind of looked up and I was like, what is that white blob in the sky? Is that a little bit of cloud or is that the moon? Oh gosh, that's noisy. So I looked out the window and had to kind of like move aside the first veil and then like crouch to kind of find a clear bit of the glass to like clearly see past those two, well, I want to say like illusions or something that's veiling your perception in some sort of way, to be able to see the moon. And now it's not middle of the day, it's early morning, but it's like late enough that you wouldn't normally see the moon at this time. And in this blue clear kind of like wintry sky, I know it's autumn, but like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, and it's like cold but warm at the same time, like cold sunny. And I looked up and yes, the moon is there and it's quite full. We've just had like the Aries full moon and it's still pretty full. So I call it the day moon. The day moon is out for your reading, which is very, very appropriate with you being the moon in the tarot. But it can mean, like you see here, it says deception or delays, and you seem to be affected by both. So I feel like you may have some kind of like some fear or illusion or confusion around something that you want to head towards, but you are actually heading towards success because, okay, so you've got the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is like the slowest moving knight. So the Knight of Pentacles, they are taking action, but they're kind of dragging the feet. They're kind of being a bit detail orientated, a little bit fussy. Again, this could be somebody that you're dealing with, so switch it and reverse it as needs be. But you can see like the holding this scythe as well. So it has this feeling of like procrastinating or dragging your feet, or of like kind of preoccupying yourself with other things, because you know that when you get to this destination, you're going to have to like cut something out or end something, or like, I don't know, it's like to have your success, you must first like cut some cords or like remove some veils. Maybe somebody's getting like cataract surgery or something, I don't know. But yeah, because she's facing into the moon as well, and the moon is like your fears. So you have a couple of songs. You've got Now or Never by Halsey, and you've got All Star, Smashmouth. So you've got this thing about like, it's now or never. Like, are you going to do this thing or are you not going to do this thing? Right? Like, it's time to make that decision, Pisces. And I feel like it could be like you've known this decision has been coming for a long time, and it's like, you know, are you going to do it? It's now or never kind of thing. But with Smashmouth, it's like, you never shine if you don't go, right? You never know if you don't go. So it's like, are you going to do it? Are you going to find out? Are you going to kind of like finally do that thing? You know, are you going to take the plunge? And then the thing is as well, you've got success here, like Six of Wands. That's success. So yeah, like I don't know what you're doing. Could be something about like cars as well. You've got the Chariot card here, like cars, but again it's like, oh my god, Two of Cups as well. So again with the Seven of Pentacles, I don't know if you've got Virgo placements in your chart or you're dealing with a Virgo, because Knight of Pentacles is Virgo and is Seven of Pentacles, but it's kind of like a slow moving progress, or like step by step, or I'm gonna like curate this and tend to this over time. So this is the meaning of seven of Pentacles. It's indicating a stretch of time where like this constant maintenance of something in order to have that kind of success. Now the Chariot card is also symbolic of success. So you've got the Six of Wands and the Chariot. So there is success here, but I feel like you do have to, you know, take the wheel, stand in your power, use your authority, and really kind of like control this situation in some sort of way. So I don't know if any of that is making any sense to you whatsoever. I will pull cards on camera once I've got through this introduction, and we'll kind of like talk a little bit more and see what comes out there. So if this isn't for you, it could just be for one of you. It could be collective energy, right? Stuff that's just going on generally in terms of like what Pisces is up to in the sky. So, okay, they're giving me a song. So the moon and the siren is coming through like red flag energy, or like the warning signs, like the alarm ringing. So it's funny how the warning signs feel just like butterflies. Is that Halsey as well? That means you've got like 3 Halsey songs. Like, let me just make a note of that. It's funny how the warning signs feel just like butterflies. So that could be something about like, that could be something like your nerves, right? The butterflies, your nervousness is a warning sign. So it's hard to tell the difference. So it's not saying it is a warning sign, it's not saying it's not, but it's like, to you, the butterflies, the nervousness, you're reading it as a warning sign perhaps, but again, you've got the success here. Okay, so the third Halsey song, you've got the Maiden and the Throne with Saturn on the throne, right? We're just gonna, I'm not sure about why the siren's here exactly right at the moment, but we'll kind of come back to that. It could be that the maiden is kind of like a siren, right? Like a siren song, something very attractive, something very compelling, something that's drawing you in. Again, I'm kind of reading it as you, kind of like the maiden, just because this Knight of Pentacles is here. Yeah, maybe it's like it's drawing you in, like it's attracting you like a siren would, but it's kind of like means certain death. It's making me think of the Labyrinth, those kind of talking heads where it's like, don't go that way, it's doom. It's like like if you think about that, right? Labyrinth, that scene where she's kind of like going through that underground passage, and that all those big stone heads are like trying to put her off. It's like, that way's certain doom, and she's kind of like, are you finished? And he's like, close his throat, and he's like, no, let me finish my speech, which is really curious with what else I've got. So I don't know if there's something about performing a speech. I can think about how that relates to a particular Pisces. Hi, if you're watching. Like, yeah, like doing a speech, or like, like, let me just say my piece, let me just, it's like, I've practiced this, let me just say what I've practiced. So again, if you're going up to someone in some sort of way, if you've got like a message to deliver, especially if it's some kind of message about an ending, it's like, you've practiced this. I'm hearing you've practiced this in the mirror for some of you. So the siren, the maiden. So this gave me another Halsey song. I'm on my way to the castle. They're going to make me their queen. But there's an old man sitting on the throne telling me, you probably shouldn't be so mean. So it is making me think, you've got a few different references that are making me think of House of Dragon. So a lot of people are watching that. It is coming through in my readings. But yeah, the young girl who's going to be sat on the throne. You know what I mean? So it's funny as well. One of my female friends, I posted a gif just before I kind of came up and started doing this reading, of like handing her a crown, like, yes queen, now the old man sitting on the throne telling me, you probably shouldn't be so mean. So Saturn and throne. Saturn rules Capricorn, and it's a very stoic, very serious, kind of like tough love energy. So like Saturn is the kind of person who's going to like work you hard, right? They're going to make you prove yourself. Like, they're not all like fuzzy rainbows and like love and fluffy things. This is somebody who's like, you've got to prove yourself to me. You've got to work hard. Like, I don't necessarily agree with that energy. Like, Capricorn's my Lilith, so it's problematic for me, like kind of attitude of like, to be successful you have to work hard. But I want to say here, if you've been working hard for a Saturn like energy, so this can be like, he's a father, right? Saturn is like the father of Zeus. Like, yeah, let's just go like Greek and Roman terms interchangeably. But he's he ate his own son, right? He swallowed his own, well, he tried to swallow his own son. So yeah, very, very controlling. So this energy, this Saturn on the throne, very, very, very controlling, makes people work very hard, makes people, makes people prove themselves. But I want to say you've done it. It's like you've done the hard work. You've done this hard work over time with Seven of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. It's like you are deserving, right, of the crown, of the throne. It's like you've proved yourself by being consistently in control over a long space of time. Yeah, so you're on your way to the castle. It's like, again, I don't know, it could be like asking for a pay rise, right? Like, I've done the work, I've proved myself, I've been reliable. I deserve this pay rise, you know, I deserve this recognition. So it could be something like that. But the old man sitting on the throne saying you probably shouldn't be so mean. So there's something, he says as well, you probably should keep your pretty mouth shut. So I don't know if you've been dealing with this kind of like boss-like or patriarchal figure who's like, keep your mouth shut and just do the work, right? It's not a nice energy. Like, yes, they teach you certain qualities like perseverance, humility. There is a lot of lessons to learn with that Saturn energy. But the whole thing about Saturn is that he's overthrown by his own son, right? Zeus challenges him and takes the throne. So it's like, if there's some kind of situation for you where there's a very controlling, overbearing, authoritative person in your life, it could be that it's time for you to take like step up and take control of your own life, right? Yeah. I got, because your voice is a weapon, a threat to their power. So they want you to shut up. I'm hearing shut up and put up, which makes me want to punch someone. I'm like, if you've got this energy in your life and it's like they're not letting you speak, right? They're not letting you speak. And again, it's like you've practiced this speech, right? It's like you're going to say this speech because it's like you've thought out what you need to say. You're going to say what you need to say, right? Because I have fought my way here through the Goblin City, through tales untold and hardships unnumbered. I fought my way here. You've really got labyrinth vibes. So, like, this is something you've practiced, right? This is something you've gone over and over in your head. You've practiced saying it in front of the mirror. It's like you've got that speech ready. So if this person's like trying to make you shut up, right? Maybe they're trying to delay it, right? They're trying to take the back streets and avoid this confrontation. It looks like a confrontation with the Five of Wands, or a challenge, right? You know, you are a competitor to their crown in a way, to their seat of power. You are posing a challenge. So yeah, if they're trying to shut you up in some kind of way, you know, like they're saying, right, we'll talk about this later, or not now, or keep your pretty mouth shut, you know, like if they're doing something like this, then it's because you are a threat to their power, right? So they're trying to, like, they were giving me like Ursula and Little Mermaid. So, you know, those parallel scenes where she's walking along the beach, right? It's like all hazy and she's walking along the beach to him. And in one scene, I think it's Ariel, right? But she can't speak, right? And, you know, she hasn't got any power because she can't speak up for herself. So the other scene is like Ursula, right? Dressed up as like this young girl who's like singing, and he recognizes her voice. So again, this is kind of making me think of Game of Thrones, House of Dragon, you know, not being able to see very clearly but recognizing someone's voice, but maybe mistaking someone, this old man sitting on the throne. No more spoilers than that, guys. I'm going to shut up now. But yeah, like there's like a mistaken identity aspect, or a misunderstanding, or something that's not clear. So with the Five of Wands, this is competition, it's a challenge. Again, with the Six of Wands, this is saying success. Six of Wands, Chariot, success, after some kind of battle. Again, some of you, it could be some kind of like, look at the color as well, like they're in like two different places but they're on the same bridge, so it's indicating like a distance between you and someone else, right? It's like, I always think this is like the sad goodbye, you know, irreconcilable differences or something like that. But it doesn't have to be that severe for you, right? It's just like, you know, it's kind of like after the fight energy, but then you go into this healing energy, this Four of Swords, which is like taking the time to think about this, taking the time to heal, taking the time to rest. But she's holding on to this cobweb, so it's like there's still a connection there, right? It's like the connection's not been broken, even though there's a distance between you in some sort of way. So let me just check my notes. Yeah, I think I've got everything from my notes there. But funnily enough, I had this dream last night. So I'm going to kind of pull out the messages from that dream. Okay, first of all, and this is funny to me because I know a Pisces with this name, but somebody could be called Chris. So Chris, Christine, Krista, Chrissy, you know, like Chrissy, wake up. It's funny because Aquarius was getting this wake up energy. So yeah, somebody like with a kind of Chris name. It could also be somebody who it could be a Gemini though. It's coming through. Chris is coming through with Gemini energy. So it's not necessarily, I mean, if it's a Pisces for you, take it that way. But if there's a Gemini Chris around you, Chris, Christine, Christopher, that could be an indicator for you. Where was I going with that? I've got myself really distracted suddenly. Gemini moon, easily distracted. There could be something with gender neutral names. So names like Chris, Charlie, you know, Charlie, Charlotte, like gender neutral names in general could be a message for somebody. That could be a cause of confusion because somebody could have heard a name, assumed it was a certain person with a certain gender, and then been quite confused to meet the person and them not be. Again, maybe you have a gender neutral name, so you've been going to a job or something and like somebody assumed you were the opposite gender to what you were, or they assumed your gender in general, and it's like they're surprised that you're perhaps female. There could be something like that happening. There's also a message about clothes. So, yeah, somebody could be definitely going to watch a performance, going to watch a play. It's coming through as actors on stage or some kind of, you know, like a human acted event or show of some kind. Like it's not coming through like a cinema, it's coming through like a stage production of some kind, like going watching it. So that's something for somebody. Then there's something to do with like something being moved, like something like it's almost like the performance has been relocated to a different room and then it's back again in the same room. So a relocation of a performance, which is causing some confusion. There's something to do with somebody being late or waylaid or distracted, again with like back to the same message. And it could be something to do with clothes. So it's like maybe trying to put on a costume for a performance, but it's a complicated costume. So have you ever done that where you've gone to try something on in a shop and it's like you end up with like your head in the armhole and both straps are on one side because it's like really complicated to put the outfit on. It's like not a straightforward, like it's not like a straightforward like hoodie or sweater. It's like got weird bits to it. So it's like, I don't know, it's like you put it on the first time and then it's like not on properly, so you have to take it off and put it back on again. But this is causing, I want to say this is the root cause of some confusion and conflict for some of you, because in this dream it was like when this person finally got dressed, right, when they finally got their clothes back on the right way round, they went down to rejoin this group who'd kind of like gone off to move to a different location and come back again, and they were kind of catching up with you know, the people that they'd gone there with, and it was, everybody was like really annoyed because this person hadn't been there, right? They'd been kind of curtailed, they've been you know, not from any fault of their own, right? They couldn't go down there naked, they had to get, you know, they had to get this outfit on, but they when they arrived, everybody was like mad at them for missing part of the show or missing part of the production, or you know, just not being there. And then there were suspicions about that. It's like, well, where were you? And kind of like, why aren't your clothes on properly? So what's that song by Alanis Morissette where she's like, do I wear you out? My sweater is on backwards and inside out. And you say, how appropriate. So there could be something going on there where maybe somebody doesn't trust somebody, or maybe somebody has suspicions about, like, you know, like almost like lipstick on your collar. It's like your sweater's on backwards. Like, what have you been doing? So again, I don't know if this is the way somebody feels about you or you about somebody else, but these are all kind of the messages that are coming through, especially with Siren and Maiden energy. Like there's something curious there about that. All right, I think that's all the intuitive messages. So I'm going to get a drink of water and then we'll pull you some cards on camera and see what you get. Yeah, that siren's coming through like warning signs. Like the warning signs feel like butterflies. So again, it's like the lipstick on the collar kind of thing, like it's a warning sign. But again, I feel like it's like somebody's fears are, an illusion. It's like the fears themselves are the veils, right? So again, it could be like not being able to trust your partner because you've been cheated on in the past, so you're projecting, right? So it's like that you can't tell the difference there. I'm not going to use the Tarot Della Nuit, even though it's like a beautiful pack for you, Pisces. It's got this fairy tale quality that I really like for Pisces energy, but it's a bit dark. It's a bit like dark fairy tale, so I'm going to put that aside because I don't want to kind of feed the fears that come with that moon energy. So we're going light seers to bring light into the situation. Good tarot, which I'm going to use mainly for you. And I've got the urge to get you something from the enchanted map. No, not the enchanted map, sorry. Funny, I picked up enchanted map again. This thing about mistaking and confusion with names. It's not the enchanted map. It's like sacred forest. So sacred enchanted. Maybe we'll get both. I'm feeling sacred forest. Sorry guys to be confusing. This is the deck I intended to get. This is the deck they were showing me. So Pisces energy, please. What do we have for Pisces? Being very, very secretive. Very secretive. Do something, flip and go back in. Grace. Okay. Again, it's like unsure. There's like hesitation to say the words. Hesitation to reveal what you need to reveal. Gosh. And then it all comes out at once. All comes out at once. Okay. Wizard of Awareness in the reverse. So there could be something with somebody's focus. Like to use your magic, you need to focus better. I'm just going to pop that aside. Healing. Truth. Raven Spirit. Bear Spirit. Mystic Meadows. Sanctuary. Sanctuary. Retreat and success. Okay. So some of you could be going on like some kind of like healing retreat. I mean, look at those three cards. Sanctuary, healing and retreat. And you've got success. Look, what did I tell you? Success. Secret spring. Okay. It feels like, look, you've got two bears as well. Two bears. I don't know. That's funny to me. Yeah, it feels like getting away from it all or going to some kind of place that's like secret for you. It's like your secret healing place. So again, it could just be a place where like you could go for a walk in the woods and have this specific spot that's really quiet and really, you know, really helps you to connect with nature. You know, it lets you get really close to wild animals and things. Maybe it's like a nature park, a wild animal reserve. I've been getting Kenya a lot. I wouldn't necessarily associate Kenya with the same energy that I'm feeling here, but the idea of like nature parks, nature reserves, you know, and being close to wild animals. Kenya could be something for somebody. But yeah, it really feels like a secret getaway, a secret retreat. And it does feel like there's other people there with you, or it feels like you're just very close to nature, right? You could be taking your pets with you, like renting a cabin in the woods, taking your pets with you, getting away from it all, being close to nature, and that being incredibly healing for you. That is the feeling of it. And you've got Raven Spirit here, which is truth. And this is a deep spiritual truth based on wisdom and knowledge. It could be that this is a place where you connect to that inner truth, you know, the truth of what your intuition is saying to you. I just can't help seeing that there's two bears. Now, Pisces, I do associate bear energy with you, specifically polar bears, but it could be any bear. And even though this is like an earth sign, it's like there's something about adaptive environments, right? So maybe this is like if you are going somewhere, if you are packing your bags, going on vacation, you know, take like warm weather clothing and, you know, clothing that's going to be good if the weather changes. So it's making me think of like Taylor Swift and Lana Del Rey. Taylor Swift has announced a song collaboration with Lana Del Rey, and it's called Snow on the Beach, which is, they're saying it's like something unexpected, right? So the actual song itself, the information that they've given about it kind of on social media, on different platforms, is that the concept of Snow on the Beach, this collaboration between Taylor Swift and Lana Del Rey, is like having really strong feelings, the song itself, like the theme of it, having really strong feelings for somebody, really, really liking somebody, but kind of keeping it to yourself. And the song is about that moment when you start to realize that that person likes you back. And it's, you know, like the feelings are shared, like you love this person and they love you. And it's like the chances of that happening, right? So that's what that song's about. So they've not released it yet. They've only kind of like the teasing it, but the concept of like it's like snow on the beach, like you wouldn't expect it to happen. It's making me think of The Sims as well. Like they have this weather called sun snow. And it's funny, I was saying, it's like what are the chances of seeing the moon? What's the chance of seeing the day moon, right? What's the chance of seeing the moon on a bright sunny blue sky day, you know? So it's like, what are the chances of these two being in the same place at the same time? Or what are the chances of unexpected weather in an environment? So do pack carefully, you know, make sure you take at least like a big snuggly jumper, a warm coat, something in case the weather changes, right? And then again, if you're going somewhere snowy, take a couple of like, you know, lighter t-shirts, a light jacket, just be ready for whatever happens. There could be information about this coming to you. Raven Spirit can be the messenger. But yeah, you've got success here as well. It feels like really healing. You've literally got healing and success, retreat, sanctuary. Feels like, yeah, a really, really healing experience. Maybe with Wizard of the Woods in the reverse, it's like no boys. I don't know. No boys here. Okay. I really like that energy for you. That's really, really nice. How do I want to put it? I kind of want to put the two bears together. I mean, I don't know. There could be something same-sex going on, right? Two bears. Two women writing it, singing a love song to each other. I really, really like that. I really like that energy. Okay. I'm going to use light seers to clarify, but I feel like this is, again, maybe like spa day. Maybe this is the deck for you. What's going on for Pisces, please? What's the heart of the matter for Pisces? Yeah, it feels like some kind of event, like it feels like the getaway, because the four of fire, it can be like you know, a celebration of milestones. It can be like a party, a get together. It's kind of like if you think about like a wake, right, a wedding party, a christening. It's kind of got that energy to it, like everybody's coming together to celebrate some kind of milestone or event. And it's also, I call it my tent pegs card because it's the four of fire, right, the four of wands. I always say it's like you're about to build the tower, right? So you want to make sure, so let me explain this. So the meaning of the tower in the tarot is some kind of shock or some kind of unexpected event that challenges your foundations. It challenges your stability. So it's like the stronger your foundations of whatever it is that you've been building, the more it's more chance of it has surviving tower moments, right? So it's like the more prepared you were when building that tower, the more likely it is to stand after the storm. So the four of fire is like that moment of like, right, these are the pillars of this, these are the gateposts of what we're building here, this is the structure, this is the framework that we're going to build everything else on. So it's really talking about making sure you get the foundations of something right. So it has different meanings. Again, it could be planning a party or something like this, planning a get together. But with the cards that you've got here, it is carrying that weight of like a get together, like some kind of like event, right? What led Pisces here? Why is Pisces in this position? What's going on? Patience. Oh my God, yeah. So all that Virgo energy that you had, all that Seven of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, that slow, patient progress, like taking the back streets, you know, it's like you've got time. So all that slow, methodical, strategic movement towards whatever that throne is for you, whatever that seat is for you. It could be a seat at the table, right? Like you are making your way there and it's paying off, right? Your strategy is paying off. Patience. So being very tolerant, being very like equine, is that the word? Like equilibrium, equine, like having that balanced nature, really kind of like tempering your own emotions and your own passions, and like learning to, it's almost like this kind of plateau energy of like learning to not waste all your energy in one single moment, right? It's not like, you know, you're not going out blowing off steam, and you're not kind of like, you know, drinking a lot and kind of like blacking out. It's like you this kind of slow and steady approach, this kind of temperate, moderated, maybe you are some kind of moderator, like that's your job perhaps, like it's like it's just got this ironing out feeling, like ironing out the creases, or you know, like it's spreading something out, and like, yes, perhaps spreading it out quite thinly, but you're spreading it very evenly. It's like that's what's leading you to, I didn't want to say there is an element of success here. It's like getting what you want is how it feels. Right. Okay, where is this heading, or where does Pisces want this to head? You're mastering something. Yeah. Eight of Pentacles. There's a huge amount of time that you've invested in something, and it's got this sense of trying to perfect it. Like you're aiming for perfection here. You're aiming for like the cream of the crop. Like maybe this is something to do with like an event and cakes or something. I don't know, like the cream, like the cat that got the cream. My tummy's rumbling. I've not had breakfast yet. I'm sorry if you can hear that. I really wanted mushrooms, but I didn't have any mushrooms in, so I've got to go to the shop, but I procrastinate. Again, this idea of procrastination. I figured I'd do this first, and then like while it's uploading I can go and do all this stuff. I'm being time efficient, so maybe that's a message as well. Maybe you're just being time efficient to be like, again, it makes me think of like playing The Sims. I don't know why this keeps coming up, where like especially in like the older games like The Sims 1, because it's a needs management game, right? You're controlling this character, and this character has different needs. So it could be like this is what you're doing for someone else, right? Maybe you are a carer, like a caregiver for somebody, and you have to take care of their needs, or maybe this is like your own children, but it's like being aware of the needs, right? And like when those needs are getting low. And again, this idea of temperance and like keeping it steady, right? Just thinking about, I can't remember now if it was Capricorn or Aquarius, but one of them had this whole thing about like the balancing act, right? Of like, if we hold steady, like this is going to work, right? If we keep this wheel in motion, what they're actually showing me is, you know, that old Victorian game where it's like like a hula hoop and a stick, and you have to keep the stick, it's like keeping the ball rolling, but like doing it at a steady pace, because if you like, the stick is again that thing about control. So like the stick is used to control the speed of the thing that's rolling, and it's like if you did it too fast, it would roll too fast and it would get out of your control, right? So it's like, it's almost like this, it's like you've got the foot on the accelerator and on the brake at the same time. Maybe you're learning to drive, like you've got your foot on the brake and the accelerator at the same time, and it's like, you know, you're just doing it gently. You know, maybe this is something about like driving conditions as well. You know, the thing about like wet weather, dry weather, snowy weather. But yeah, you're perfecting it, or you're aiming to perfect this. So again, it doesn't have to be like driving or anything like that. It could be you know, learning to play an instrument, or you know, just playing a flute here. There's a violin here. I don't know why I was seeing it as a guitar, but what's the obstacle? What's the problem? Oh yeah. No, you've got this. You've got this. It's like you're already aware of what the problem is, right? And the problem is that your emotions and your passions, which is the message of the Patience card. The Patience card is the Temperance card in the tarot. And what you normally see is this person has 2 cups. And often it's one cup contains fire, one's energy, and one cup contains emotions or water energy. And it's about tempering this, right? Finding that balance and alchemy between the things that make you passionate, the things that make you fired up, the things that make you excited, and the things that you feel about, right? How you feel about that. So not getting overwhelmed by your emotions, not being overtaken by your passions, but finding a beautiful alchemy between those 2 things. Sometimes it could, I mean, I'm not seeing this here in your cards, but I don't know why I'm mentioning it, but take it if it resonates. Sometimes it can talk about like impulsivity and needs, right? Everybody has emotional needs and needs of desire or sexual needs. And sometimes if one of those needs is not being met in a relationship, you start to seek it elsewhere. So understanding that, you know, it can't just be all sex and no love, or all love and no sex, but you have to find a relationship where you know, you both of those desires, both of those needs are met. And it takes time and it takes work, and this is what you figured out, because it's like the same message, the thing that you're already doing, the thing that has already brought you to this place and is bringing you success, is this measured approach. So the messenger is of water. So the problem is that the problem is in communicating your emotions. This is the hurdle. But you've got water and fire here. So, and it's like the same energy. When I put these three cards together, it's the same energy. But you've got the messenger of water. So this is talking about how you feel, right? And maybe talking about how you feel is an obstacle for you. You know, expressing your needs, expressing your desires, like telling people that you love them could be difficult for you, or it could be difficult for somebody that you're dealing with. But like, it's for some reason, this expression of love, expression of emotion is part of the obstacle for you. This is an action taking card, by the way. The Ace of Fire is like a match being lit. It's like an instigator. So it's something new, something that's divinely guided, that gets you fired up and excited. It gets you passionate, right? So your own desires, and that desires can be sexual, or they can be the desire to do something, right? The desire to take action, kind of like Mars energy. So this new passion, this new desire, wanting to express your emotions around that, but recognizing perhaps this is really curious. Like, again, they could be like kids or something, you know, this girl talking to this little tiny seahorse, and this guy who's talking to this little tiny fairy. It's like there's something going on, and it's like there's passion between them, right? There's a fairy on this card as well, I think. Yeah, it's like the passion between these two. See that? But it's an obstacle in some sort of way. It could be having feelings for somebody that you shouldn't have feelings for, or something like that. I don't know. But it always talks to me, like this card particularly, can you see this almost like a lion claw? It always talks to me about, like, this person is looking at this playmate with desire. It's like, we have something to say to each other here. Or like, it's almost like, it feels like the princess and the prince, like in the ballroom, and like being so close, like Romeo and Juliet or something, and being like so close to expressing how they feel for each other, but then somebody taking them away. You know, somebody like, I need to have a word with you, come over here. And it's like that moment didn't happen, or that moment ended too soon. Like, that's kind of what that's giving me. Because of timing, because there needed to be more time put into something. There needed perhaps your own balance, your own equilibrium, right? You needed to practice the skill. It's always a skill, it's always learnable, of managing your own emotions, of managing your desires and your passions, before perhaps this turned into something that was stormy. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, you've got it, you already know, like, you need to take your time with this. Like, this is something, if this is a new relationship, it's like you need to ease into it, like, slowly. Like, Patience card, Temperance, it's normally somebody who's got, like, just dipping the toe in the water, right? It's like just figuring this out slowly. And it's, if this is like mutual, again, talking about like Snow on the Beach, that Taylor Swift and Lana Del Rey song, of like being like, oh my God, this person feels the same way about me as I feel about them. It's like, there's a lot of emotion involved in that, right? And it's like, there's a lot that could go wrong with that. The warning signs feel like butterflies. So it's like, perhaps spending time with this person is very overwhelming because you love them so much, right? It's like, you don't want to show that too much, right? You don't want to lose your self-control and blur everything out. You know, and embarrass yourself if that person doesn't feel the same way. Or it's like, maybe there's other circumstances that are preventing you from saying how you feel. But it's like, you know, you seem to be doing it in a way where it's like just a little, again, it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It could be somebody that you really want to be friends with, somebody that you want to collaborate with, somebody that you want to, you know, build something together with. So take it as it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But it's like, you know, a little wink here, a little flirty comment there, you know, and they're giving you little winks and flirty comments back, and you're like, maybe we could go and do this together, maybe we could go and do that together, and they're like, yeah, I want to do it. So again, it could be a friend, right? Like somebody that you really want to be friends with. But it's like being close to them is like, there's a lot of feeling there, so it can be overwhelming. So it's like you can only do it for short amounts of time. It's making me think of something. Oh no, I won't bring that into it. But my friend who I talk to on Sundays, remind me and I'll tell you on Sunday what I'm thinking about. It's a show that we've both been watching and we want somebody else to watch it too. Season 2. Okay. Like taking it slow. Okay, so it's funny to me. What's your strength? It's like if patience could come out again, I think it would. What's your strength? Oh, King of Fire in reverse. What? That is going to need to be clarified, because that is no control. That is like, that is like finally getting close to that person and ripping the fucking clothes off, right? Not being able to control yourself. The King of Fire in the upright is like, oh, extremely charismatic, like so attractive, like magnetic, compelling, funny, fun. But they have so much self-control. They have like, they know what they want and they work towards getting it, but in a way where they've got control over their own passions, right? This feels like laying loose. This feels like finally getting what you want. It's like they're showing me they're showing me like a cake with all cream on, and it like just rubbing your face in it. So you can take that as it resonates. Okay. Or like a dog in a park who's like had the lead taken off and they're just loving it and they're rolling in everything. Okay, moving swiftly on. What is in your blind spot? What's in your blind spot? I'm gonna have to check that though, because it is a dangerous energy. King of Fire in reverse. What's your blind spot? What's your blind spot? Oh. There's that Magician, right? You know, we have like the Magician in the reverse. You or somebody else has been healing and it's been really hard. It could be something to do with their own mind in terms with the moon being there. It's like this person could have a lot of fear, or they could have a lot of, they could be slightly delusional in some sort of way. There could be something going on with this person mentally where they've been sitting in illusion, sitting in fantasy. Again, this could be you, Pisces. It is a typical thing that people say about Pisces energy, that, you know, you live with the rose-tinted glasses on, right? You live in illusion because that works for you, right? I always say about my son's Pisces, and he's, you know, he'll say things like, I'll say, have you brushed your teeth? And he'll be like, yes. Because in his own little fantasy world, he wants to have brushed his teeth. He wants to have been responsible. He wants to be that good boy, right? So it's like in his little imaginary world, in his reality, yes, he's brushed his teeth. And I don't want to break that spell for him. So I have to say, okay, but if you're not 100% sure, just go and do it again. Or like, right, just go and do it again. Just, you know, just to be extra clean. Or like, you know, so I'm not challenging his reality. I'm not challenging his, I mean, some people can call it lies, but to him it's the truth. It's very Piscean. So it has an element of that. But the Four of Air is an energy about like taking the time out to heal. So like, you know, maybe being overly stressed or overly anxious or overly fearful, or, you know, it can also be like heartbroken about things, but it's like, I need to rest this, you know, I need to rest. I need a day off. I need to just go to bed. I need to rest. I need to do that self-care thing. And the reason is they've been in this Nine of Fire energy, this Nine of Wands energy, which is one of the most, this could be why Saturn came up for you. It is very Saturn. It's like one of the most challenging cards in the entire tarot because it's ongoing. This is you know, there's cards that are much more transient, but this is like, because it's called the Wounded Warrior, it's like putting up with something for a long time, like having really heavy burdens, having really bad responsibilities. It can be physical health as well, like this can indicate mental health, and this is more physical health. So you know, and the two can go hand in hand. You know, if you've had some kind of illness or, you know, a physical injury, that can take its toll on your mental health as well if you can't get out and do the things that you'd normally do. So it's like, I don't know, somebody who breaks the leg, and, you know, for their mental health, they like to go for walks in the woods, but, you know, they're stuck in bed, so they can't go out and walk in the woods. So, you know, you get this horrible hand in hand thing of like, the mental health is affected by the physical health, but again, it doesn't have to be physical health. It's just this person's been fighting some sort of battle, and again, it could be you, of where they've had to. The Nine of Wands has this energy of like, you keep tripping up, you keep falling down, you keep messing up, you know, the world keeps knocking you down and like throwing things at you that, you know, like all these responsibilities that you have to keep handling, all these things that I say it about waves. If you ever imagine like trying to stand up in shallow water in the ocean, or like if you went into the ocean at like mid height, but there was like big waves coming in, it's like every one of those waves could knock you down, and like the sand beneath your feet is always shifting, so it's really hard to keep picking yourself up and standing back up on your feet because those waves keep coming, right? The waves keep coming and they don't stop coming. What is it? Something and hit the ground running. Doesn't make sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb. So yeah, it has that feeling of like, but the thing is, this person picks themselves up every single time, right? It's like falling off it's like learning to ride a bike and falling off the bike and getting really frustrated, but getting up and doing it anyway. And there's fear. The moon can be fear as well as illusion. But healing this is what's key. So it could be that somebody's been going through some kind of healing process in terms of something where, you know, the waves kept coming for them, and especially with the moon, right? The moon affecting the waves. So emotional waves, like, I will clarify that further, but you may not know something about a person that you're connected to. I feel like if this was you, you'd know it, right? You'd recognize that in yourself. I don't think that it could be that you don't recognize how your own, with the bear twice, because the bear is an energy of adaptiveness and perseverance, right? The bear, for me, the symbolism of the bear carries Wounded Warrior energy, because it's like, there's a specific card that I've got, I think it's in like the Lenormand deck or the Kipper deck, where it's a polar bear swimming through icy water. And it's like a lot of people wouldn't have been able to do that, right? They would have, they weren't built for it, but you are built for it. So like seeing this about yourself, perhaps. What is, I'm sorry, I know that everything's slightly off camera. It's a big deck, so like big cards. What is your fear, Pisces? What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? Oh gosh, this could be hidden even from yourself. Like, look at that. Queen of Fire. Five of Water. It feels like you're afraid of putting yourself out there. Like, confidently expressing your desires, your passions, what you want, but being rejected or being disappointed. Yeah, it feels like the thing that makes you, the thing that you're passionate for hurting you, right? Because that's emotional disappointment. Could be a Sagittarius involved. Get Magician, could be Gemini, Virgo. You've got your own sign here, Pisces, maybe Cancer as well, Sagittarius, Leo. I'll clarify that. So, yeah, it feels like with its hiding as well. Feels like your fear is not getting something. Like the emotional, your fear is the emotional disappointment that would come from not getting something or being rejected when you're really, really passionate about something. Like that thing that you really, really want, not wanting you, you know? Which is very understandable fear. But I think it's because it means so much. Like there's so much fire here. So much passion. Who or what can help you? Mentally moving on. It could be traveling, could be taking a flight. We'll clarify, but Six of Air is mentally moving on from something that makes you over emotional. What is the advice? So it could be you need someone who can help you mentally move on from this. What is the advice? Oh, Four of Earth, Four of Water, either side of the Three of Earth. That feels like block a collaboration. That's like stop working together with someone or something. Like don't take the offer. But the thing is, like the Four of Earth can be protecting something, protecting a collaboration, because you recognize that it could turn into a missed opportunity. So there's different ways I can read that. But then it looks like a siren, right? And that's the thing. That's the problem with the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is saying no to something that is, right, the Four of Water, the hand is offering the Ace of Cups. This is true emotion, true feelings. It's divinely guided. It's like Goldilocks. It's like the Three other Cups represent things that made you feel like this in the past, because the Three of Cups is like things that weren't right for you, right? But it's like you might not have the thing that is right for you because, you know, one relationship was too salty, you know, one porridge was too hot. So it's like, you know, that porridge that's just right, that relationship, that friend, that lover, that job, that thing that's just right for you, that is divinely guided and brought to you to be like, this is it, Pisces, this is the porridge for you. You're like, yeah, but that other one was too salty, and that other one was too sweet, and that other one was too hot, and that other one was too cold. And you know, I was just disappointed every time I tried porridge. Why would I try porridge again? It's like, because again, thinking about that TV show that we've been watching, like the guy in it, like there's a thing where like in the relationship, like the girl takes the guy to try lots of different food, and it's like, we're gonna find the perfect meal. Like I'm analyzing you. I'm gonna find the perfect meal for you. So maybe the universe has been analyzing you, Pisces. Maybe the universe has been like, let's put Pisces in this scenario and see what they do with that. And you were like, oh my God, I don't want to be in that relationship. That person just wanted sex all the time and I need emotions. So the universe was right, like, okay, let's put Pisces in a relationship where, you know, it's making me think as well, have you seen the film Bedazzled, where like the devil's granting the, you know, what's his name? Oh, what's his name? Brendan Fraser is he's in the news a lot at the moment. Like the devil's granting Brendan Fraser's wishes, but it never works out right? So it's like, maybe this is the thing. Maybe you've wanted certain people in the past, you know, and you've thought, if I did this, it would be perfect. If I did that, it would be perfect. And every time it's not worked out. So it's led to emotional disappointment. And now the universe is like, here you go. We've fine-tuned this now, right? That was too much passion and no emotion. That relationship was all emotion and no passion, right? We fine-tuned it now. We've got the balance right. We've got the balance right. Here it is. Here's like the perfect porridge for you, the perfect home-cooked dinner for you. Hold on to this. Protect this partnership, this collaboration, this job. But you seem to be saying, I'm going to let that go. I'm going to block that. So I don't know what the advice is. We will get more advice. We'll clarify. Okay, I've just kind of dropped. Oh my God, I see the tower. I've dropped all my cards. Hold on while I pick them up. Look at this. Like this siren is getting everything she always wanted. Nine of Cups, emotional stability, no codependency, and she's got the freaking diamond as well. It's like she's got, not only has she got emotional balance, she's got the Nine of Pentacles, right? She's got that. She's got what she wanted. So if you're the siren, and it looked like you were the siren, right, because you were the maiden heading straight for the castle, gonna, you know, going, speaking up, telling that old man on the throne, maybe it's God, maybe you're like, God, listen, stop giving me bad porridge. That's making me laugh now, actually, thinking about it again. My Pisces friend, like, trying to get porridge right in work, it always explodes all over the microwave, or you get it out and the microwave hasn't worked and it's like cold. It's like, can we just do a good porridge? Especially when you're trying to make about 100 other meals and it's like this fucking porridge. Could you just cook? Okay, so my daughter has these, they're like oats so simple, and you just put, I think you just put like hot water in them and they're perfect, and it smells so good. It's like, it could be simple. It could be so simple, right? Like the universe has packaged this one for you. You don't have to overthink this one. This relationship is so simple, Pisces. Okay. The outcome if you follow the advice. Oh my God. They're giving me, okay, they're giving me love and marriage, because it's literally the Lover's card and the Hierophant. Like, that can symbolize marriage. Oh my God, it's perfect for you. Pisces, what are you fucking waiting for? What are you waiting for? Oh my God. That's perfect. It's your dream come true. It's the happily ever after. It's everything you could have possibly wanted. But I need to clarify that advice. It's your perfect porridge. 3 of Cups as well. Again, like back to the mermaids. Stop looking. Stop looking. Okay. So let's clarify a few things here. Who are you getting away with? Who are you going on a spa retreat with? Because again, the energy of like taking it slow, not rushing into things. I need to clarify. What I need to clarify is this fucking guy, this dude here who's in the reverse. Tell me about the King of Fire. Like, why is this Pisces' strength? Why is the King of Fire in reverse Pisces' strength? Maybe it is like blurting it all out. Just going for what you want. Tower in reverse. What? What? This is not making sense. I need my phone. So I'm very wriggly. My phone was charging. Right. What the hell is this? The Tower in reverse with a King of Fire in reverse. Like, if the Tower was in the upright with the King of Fire, I'd be like, whoa. But it's your strength. How is this your strength? I don't understand. Maybe it's like surviving a tower, getting out of a bad relationship. I don't understand. Okay. Don't give up. Chicane and Bryan Adams, that's an old one, isn't it? Don't give it up. Don't worry if the sun don't shine. You've seen it before. You don't have to worry. Every day is an uphill climb. Nothing has changed. Believe me when I tell you, don't give it up. Don't give it up. Don't fuck this person too soon. I don't know. Don't give it up. You know it's true. Got to do what you want to do. Don't give it up. You don't have to. Maybe don't give up this relationship. I don't know. Don't give up your punani. I don't know. Don't give it up. You know it's true. Got to do what you want to do. I mean, then the King of Fire, especially in the reverse, is going to do what they're going to do, right? And they're not going to fear the Tower because they've done it before. So it's that kind of energy of like, it's kind of almost like somebody who is, God, you're surprising me, Pisces. You're really surprising me. The King of Fire doesn't become the King of Fire overnight, right? They've got to be the Page of Fire, the Knight of Fire first. And the Knight of Fire, the Knight of Wands, is very impulsive. And sometimes the flip side of that is, I don't know, woohooing with a lot of people, or, you know, try and porridge just for the sake of trying porridge. You know, it's like, oh, it's there, I'll eat it. Where like, you know, it's like reckless behavior. The Knight of Wands is reckless. You know, it's like the adolescent phase of like learning to control your passions. And that kind of behavior, the Knight of Wands, can be very destructive, right? They can bring in chaos and drama and destructive moments, you know, into their own life as well as others. You know, ruining a relationship because they, you know, got drunk and went with somebody that they shouldn't have. So, but it's like they picked themselves back up, right? They picked themselves back up and they kept going. So it's like you get to a point where, like, yes, the King of Fire is very, very mature. They're very, they can control their passions, right? They can hold back if they want to, or they can like let the genie out of the fucking bottle and be like, do you know what? I'm going to do what I want to do. And if it causes chaos and destruction, that's absolutely fine. That is part of life. It helps us grow. I've grown from it. It's going to be fine, right? I'm going to do what I want to do. So it's a very, very dangerous energy. You have to be careful with the King of Fire in the reverse, because he can be a bit R-word, right? He can be a bit forceful. I need another. But it's showing as your strength, Pisces. Your strength. It's almost like, fuck it, I'm going to do what I want to do. And maybe sometimes you need to do that. I mean, not in an R way, right? But like in a way where it's like, I've been patient for so long and now the cake's in front of me and I'm going to put my face in the whole cake. I don't know. Clarify that, please, again. Clarify the King of Fire in reverse as Pisces' strength. Stole your car. Feels like being very dramatic. Stole your car by Charlotte Lawrence. Look what you started. Now you can't blame this on me. You know you're the target. Wish I got a warning. Maybe then it wouldn't end up like this. You keep on ignoring because I can't resist the taste of your lips. Make me sick right now. And I thought I've had enough of wanting your love. If you never give it up. Never give it up. Oh my God, you got that twice. Look what you started. Now you can't blame this on me. I know you'd be calling. I just stole your car and now you're going crazy. That just broke your heart and now you're going to chase me. Should have texted me back when you still had the chance. But now I just stole your car. Don't steal anyone's car. Don't do anything illegal, Pisces. Should never play me. But you never thought that I would leave. But this is how you made me. So it's like getting mad. It's like you got mad. Big mad, right? Big mad. I'm mad. You're mad. But you never thought that I would leave. But this is how you made me. Maybe on the weekend I'm going to let you try to talk to me, or maybe I'll just sleep in. Yeah. And then it repeats. This is how you made me. That feels like Libra. Libra's like, well, you made me in your image, you know, you get what you make here. Right, that is mad. I don't know what to make of that, Pisces. I don't feel like I need to clarify any of this bit. Tell me about the obstacle. Knight of Cups, Ace of Fire, and Seven of Earth. This taking it slow energy. What's this for Pisces? What's the obstacle? The Emperor effect. Yeah, this guy. You really want this guy. And they have got a lot of self-control. I think somebody's playing games here. Nope. Page of Wands. It has the feeling of the Emperor knowing when it's the right time to let go. Shake it off. Throw your hands up and get loose. Cut a rug. Lean into the fucking youth. Tummy rumble. I was burping in Aquarius's reading. Yesterday I ate before Aquarius's reading and I was burping the whole way through it. And today I've not ate, so I'm not burping. And my tummy's like, hi, I'm a human. I make noise. My body makes weird noises like everybody else's body does. It's like, shush, belly. Yeah, it's got that feeling of like, that's a Lana Del Rey song. Choreo. We just want the fucking truth. Is this the end of America? Is this the end of America? Is this the end of America? Let me put the Tower and the Emperor back in and just see if they come back out again elsewhere. What is the Nine of Fire? Realizing the truth. We just want the fucking truth, right? Truth. We just want the fucking truth. What is this? This is in your blind spot. I feel like maybe intuitively you can sense this and you want the truth of this. What's the Magician doing here, please? Who's the Magician for Pisces? Because I don't think it's you. It could be an Aries with the Emperor as well. The Fool and the Page of Wands. It's like somebody who knows when to let the world burn and just move on. You know, somebody who knows when to set the charges and get out of there. It could be somebody who's manifested a Tower moment so that they can... It's kind of like the energy of somebody who, like, burns it all down. Like, don't literally do that. Obviously, don't do anything illegal or dangerous or stupid. But metaphorically, the kind of person who lets it all burn down so that they can have a fresh start. You know, the Emperor has a lot of responsibilities, but they know when to get out of there. Because it's stagnancy. To be the Emperor, to have finally got to where you want to be in control of an entire kingdom. Like Aries energy, again, maybe you've got Aries in your chart. Aries is competitive. Aries likes the hustle. They like the grind. They like fighting for what they want, right? It's exciting to them. Like all that King of Fire and Wands energy. It's like to be on the move, to be hustling, to be like, to have a goal, to be aiming for something. That is what, like that Mars energy that controls Aries. It's like that is their drive, right? They like to fight for what they want, right? But when they've got what they want, then it becomes stagnant, right? So it's like they're on to the next thing. It's like, right, I've established this. I got what I wanted. I got the job I wanted. Now I want something else, because like they're chasing that excitement, right? So I don't know what that is. Is that you or them? Right, Queen of Fire. Just be careful about somebody who they only want what they can't have, right? And it's like they'll destroy the world to get what they want. And then they'll move on to something else, right? Because it's boring once they've got it. Like they like the chase, which could be your fear. 3 of Pentacles. Because this is working together on something. It could be a job. It could be a job that you want, a project that you want. Tell me specifically about the Queen of Fire. It looks like the one. But when you look at it from a different angle, you see the deception. Is this the maiden or is this the siren? And then what's the 5 of water in the fears? That seems to be the fear. Remember, this is your fear. It's not accurate. It's not. Fear is illusion. Okay? Fear is illusion. And the fear is saying, is this the one or am I deceiving myself? Will this end in heartbreak? Will this end in disappointment? They're not clarifying that 5 of water. Okay. Someone or something that can help you. 6 of air. What is the 6 of air, please? 10 of Cups. Move towards what makes you happy. Do more of what makes you happy, makes you feel like you're building something where everybody's happy. This isn't something where one person's happy or like everyone else is happy but you're suffering, right? Everybody's happiness, everybody's emotional, everybody's need for contentment is equal. So if anyone in this situation doesn't have that need met, that whatever it is that makes them happy, then you need to move towards the stuff that makes everyone happy. It's not hard to know right from wrong, right? It's not hard to know what puts a smile on your face, on everybody else's faces, and what makes people cry, right? That's not hard to figure out. Okay, your actual advice. Move towards the people that make you happy. So I always say this, like, You can measure the vibration of a relationship by how it makes you feel. When you spend time with this person, like, and say you spend an hour with this person and you leave them, are you happy? Are you smiling? Do you have those warm, fuzzy feelings? Are you crying? Are you worried? Are you nervous? Are you thinking, oh my God, what did I say? Like, it's not hard to know who's meant to be around you, because those people make you happy, right? They give you the good, warm, fuzzy feelings when you leave them. And yeah, you might cry because you miss them. You might be sad that they've left. But like, how do they make you feel, right? Are they always criticizing you? Do they make you feel bad about yourself? You know, are they like, oh, if only you wore extra makeup, you'd be really beautiful. You know, that's not the sort of person you want to be around. So I don't know. Right, this is what needs explaining. So the question I need with this, are you saying that this person needs to keep hold of some kind of collaboration because this is the perfect porridge? Or are you saying, sorry, I'm asking my guides, or are you saying, keep hold of this because it's the perfect porridge? Or are you saying, block this? I think it's the first one. What is this, please? Whoa. Oh my God, as if we need a confirmation. Right, okay. This is going to be really healing. That is, the only negative card there is the Three of Swords. Okay, this is saying nurture, hold on to, invest time in, nurture your friends, the people who feel like soulmates to you, the people who make you feel good and happy. Draw boundaries, build an ice wall against anything that makes you feel torn in different directions, like your heart is in pain. And this will lead you to happiness and freedom and clarity. It'll lead you to the truth. But you may have to push through, because it's almost like why have they turned their backs on each other? Oh my God, how do we read this? Oh, no, let's get songs. Advice, please. Advice. Feels like a heart being torn in different directions. But it ends in the sun. It ends in the sun. I need to just screenshot stole your car, else I'll forget to put it in the thing. What is the advice? Can you give very, very clear advice to whoever needs it? I don't have to understand it, but as long as the people watching understand it. Very, very clear advice, please. Like, bring in that truth and clarity. Bring in that Sword of St. Michael. Like, what should this person do? Oh, God. Hedonism just because you feel good. Well, there you go. That's an answer, right? I hope you're feeling happy now. I see you feel no pain at all, it seems. I wonder what you're doing now. I wonder if you think of me at all. Do you still play the same moves now? Or are those special moods for someone else? I hope you're feeling happy now. Just because you feel good, it doesn't make you right. I still want you here tonight. Does laughter still discover you? I see through all those smiles that look so right. Do you still have the same friends now to smoke away your problems and your life? Oh, how do you remember me? The one that made you laugh until you cried? I hope you're feeling happy now. Then it repeats. Fuck. Fuck, Pisces. Oh. Who hurt you, Pisces? Come on. We'll fight him. Once you follow that advice, you reach the sun and you reach love and you reach the love and marriage, right? The perfect person for you, the perfect porridge. You might have to go through somebody who took advantage of you. You might have to cut them out to get to that. Outcome, please, for Pisces. Love and Hierophant. Love and Hierophant. I mean, do we even have to clarify that? You're going to get some perspective on this. You're going to learn more about this. That's an energy of a student, somebody who's collecting information. Kind of like a bit spying. Whoa. Oh! The King of... Sorry, that was loud. King of Wands and the Tower in the upright. Well, that is a switch up for the books, isn't it? That's your strength. But in the outcome, it's now that. That is fascinating. Let me clarify that. Just because you feel good doesn't make it right. Oh, no. Right, what's this? What's happened here? Spirit guides, what's happened here? What's going on? Bright yellow gun by Throwing Muses. With your bright yellow gun, you own the sun, and I think I need a little poison to keep me tame, keep me awake, because I've got nothing to offer but confusion. And the circus in my head and the middle of the bed, in the middle of the night. With your bright silver frown, you own the town. I have no secrets, I have no lies, I have nothing to offer but the middle of the night. It feels like Aquarius. Aquarius had this thing about the poison apple. And Capricorn had this thing about, like, the apple being like the offer, like the seed turning into the apple. Capricorn and Aquarius had this in the middle of the night, and I think you need a little poison. You leak one apple a week to survive, and you still have to ask if you're alive. I have nothing to offer but police my dreams, keep me clean, keep me awake. And I think I need a little poison. What? But Aquarius was transmuting the poison into something bright and beautiful. All things bright and beautiful. Oh my god, I'm confused by your reading. Should we get you an advice card? Are you confused, or are you like, nope, this all makes perfect sense. I've got this. Trying to get you Pisces. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna get you relationship advice. Guys, relationship advice is what we have in here. Happy. Right, cappies. That was just a little thing for my Capricorns there. Hi, Caps. Poised. Making me think of 13 going on 30, which is funny because I was quoting in work with my Pisces friend. What is it? 30, flirty, something like, and thriving. 30, flirty, and thriving. Well, this is 48, so you're gonna be 48. Fuck it, and I don't know. Fuck it, 40. Poised. When you're confident and happy in your own skin, you are ready for deeper, more intimate relationships. You have nothing to prove right now. You are completely yourself and can handle anything. Love, friendships, and harmonious new connections are all present now, or are coming in. You're ready to give and receive from the heart. This is a beautiful place to be. Like, I don't know, you've got it, Pisces. Whatever you're doing, you know what you're doing. I don't know what to say to you. All right, I hope that was helpful. Take care of yourselves, my lovely Pisces friends. You're always so busy taking care of everybody else. Like, take care of your own needs, right? How do you take care of everybody else if your knees have dropped and you're a sim and you've fallen asleep on the floor and peed yourself? You can't do that, right? Keep your own knees high, and then you can care for everybody else. All right, take care. I will see you again soon. Bye, friends.